What is going on, beautiful people? It's your boy here, Wesley from A Connection TV here on YouTube, the one place on the World Wide Web where we actually adopt similar connections despite our differences. And listen, I am ecstatic, intrigued, curious, and I was entertained, okay, by Love Cabin. Now, before y'all get on my neck, I love Love Island, okay? Love Island is one of my it's in my top 3 favorite reality shows. Love Island. The Challenge used to be my thing, but not as much anymore. But yeah, Love Island, The Challenge. Jesus, I love. Well, I'll say my top 4, so you're gonna get an understanding of what I like. Love Island, Big Brother, The Challenge, and Selling Sunset. Right? I love Selling Sunset because the production of it is A1, top tier. Okay, and I'm into real estate, so I love, you know, when they're selling the houses and stuff like that, and I love homes and interior design and stuff like that. So that is my zhuzh, right? And then Love Island is just so good because I wish they had like an older version of Love Island, like, you know, people are in their 30s, mid 30s or 40s. That would be more my speed. But these kids are like always in their 20s, 22, 23, 24. It's like in their 20s, they don't know nothing about anything about love, in my opinion. But whatever, I digress. The characters are amazing. The production is A1, just like Selling Sunset. The drama is A1. And it's just interesting how these people are willing to like make out with everybody like right then and there on the spot. And I don't kiss everybody. My mouth on stuff is a little bit different than my Johns on stuff. But everybody, you know, to each his own. Big Brother, great production, quality promotion, a very popular show. And then The Challenge, they recently they're in their newest season. I think it's season 41 or 40. But the production has changed. The cinematography has changed. They added cinematography to The Challenge, which gives it a more produced feel, yeah. And I'm not really necessarily a fan of this particular season, but I love it to say, I just love it, period. Everybody is raining on Zeus's parade with regards to mocking or copying Love Island because they have this show called Love Cabin. And yes, the setup is really Love Island. It really is. And I don't know how much, I'm sure that Lemmy and his, whoever he has, this lawyer, attorney at law team, really combed through this to make sure no lawsuits to come out. But I've heard that they've been sued before for some stuff. I don't know. But the idea or concept of something, could you really be sued for that? You know? Because after watching episode 1, there are a lot of similarities with, you know, the makeout session that Ray J made them do, or the fact that they all sleep in one bedroom, the setup of the hallway of hearts that they walk through, because whoever did the production on this, really, really good job. The set design, really, really good job, right? For Zeus, great job. It does elevate what Zeus is putting out in a lot of ways, right? And I'm happy about that. And I think that people need to stop ragging on Zeus. Yeah, Zeus is become a billionaire company, multi-billionaire, a $1 billion company, according to Lemmy, or close to $1 billion company, or whatever. But they're funded off of the ratchetness, the ghetto, the fights, and all of that. But slowly but surely, Zeus is starting to get. I just went on Zeus and I saw animation on there. The fact that they have real studio produced films on there, it's dope. He's trying to bring the network to a different level of things. But what y'all love to watch is the ratchetness and the mess. Baddies wouldn't be where it is right now if y'all didn't love that. And so Love Games fits right into that, right? And I think it's very key to understand that he's feeding a niche market, a market that will give the money to them. They're going to feed them the content. Yet he is also doing different types of things, which is also built into the concept of overall what he's done. And I think that he's smart. His team is smart. They got a lot of money. They're making moves, and I'm ecstatic. I'm excited. I want to see something different. I don't want to see baddies all the time, or Jocelyn's cabaret all the time, where Jocelyn berets and talks to the women like they ain't shit, you know. And then baddies, you know, it came from a great point or a great starting point as Bad Girls Club, but Baddies Africa was trash. It was horrible. You know what I'm saying? There's no storylines of like authentic storylines on these shows. And although we love the ratchetness, although we love the fights, we love to say who's the heavy hitter, we love to say, oh, this person got beat up, whatever the case may be. I like when there's quality production, there's a point to the show, and then there's great storylines with the real people. I don't, hearing that stuff was made up and fake on baddies and, oh, they trying to do this is, it's just too much, right? But y'all love the ratchet. Now when Zeus comes to try to come out with this Love Cabin, y'all are like, oh, this is mocking Love Games. Why they can't do anything different? Da 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 da. Let's be clear. Love Games is probably, if not the number one, number two highest rated or viewed show. Okay, reality TV show. I know Traders is up there. Big Brother is up there, but Love Island is up there. Okay, Love Island is top tier. And then when these people come off of Love Island, they get all these endorsements and benefits. Love Island is a beautiful show. So why not create Love Cabin for our culture, for our people? And when I say that, I mean Zeus's people that will buy into it. Y'all are gonna buy into it. It's a pretty dope show. It's dope because it's different than Love Island, and it's the reason why I love its differences. The raunchiness, the real, like the cursing and stuff like that. Ray J is a plum fool. I don't think that he's the best choice host for this because it just seems like the show is improv. To be honest, like is he following protocol with the show? I don't even think there is a protocol. I don't know, but that's that. And it was good. The men look sexy. A couple of the women are cute. But the conversations that they're having with each other are real. It's like if Love Island was real, that is what Love Cabin is, right? Not overly produced, not saturated in scripted storylines and micromanagement, right? Yes, we love the quality of Love Island, but we also love the realism. Well, I love the realism of Love Cabin. So let's get into it because I've been talking for like 7 minutes before I even wanted to talk about the actual show. I wrote my notes. We're going to go through my notes and we're going to discuss it. Right now, we're going to talk about the cast. So we have Chloe, Desi, Sheila, Nisa, Kiera, Athena, John the Don, Brian, Camel, Thanos, Mikkel, Trap Yayo. Okay, now let's dig into my notes. So Love Cabin episode 1 is called Setting Up Camp. So let's talk about the set. I think the set was amazing for Zeus. Okay, whoever is responsible for set design, they elevated the reunions that they do, and this whole show with the hearts and the decor and the furniture, all elevated. For me, what would bring it up a notch, and I know this is the first season and y'all starting out, but y'all got the funds to get it right the first time. For me, all of the red tape on the floor and the wires in the back and the people walking behind us, that was a lot for me. That was a lot for me. Season 1, but y'all have the funds to give me A1 right off the bat. Give me A1 right off the bat. But kudos for the set design. Okay, the host, what is her name? Kiera, one of the aunties. I don't really know, and y'all can leave it in the comments. Y'all can school me. But I don't want to hear her voice. She's giving me the circle narration, and the circle narration, first of all, she talked into a microphone, okay? Like a studio mic. She was in a sound booth on the circle. This Zeus narrator voice sounds like she got on her iPhone, she read the script, and then just decided to talk. And then she sent it in, they tried to clean it up. It sounds horrible. They need to do better. And I don't even really like her comedic timing. It's off. And it seems like this show doesn't even really need her. Like, when I was watching the episode, I was like, can she stop talking? Am I the only one? I know I'm not. But y'all probably love her, the auntie, well, whoever, I forget who she is. I don't even really know her that well. So we're first introduced to Thanos, and he's 21, and he's cute. He says he's 6 feet, and I'm like, he about to get beat up. I don't know why I thought he was about to get, I think he, like, right off the bat, I think he's going to get beat up. But he's a very cute guy, right? Love the hair. Then we get Michael, 27, actor, model, masseuse. He's 6'3", and he likes 3 6s. 6 figures, 6 feet, and 6 inches. Now, why would you praise the fact that your Johnson is 6 inches? You're that tall and you're 6 inches. Not unless he was talking about something else. School me on the straight lingo. Was he talking about something else when he said 6 figure, 6 feet and 6 inches? All the women want that. I don't know a lot of women that want. Well, I do know a lot of women that like it smaller than larger. But 6 inches? I don't understand why he said that and thought that was hot. Then we get John the Don. Already, he's a registered nurse, which is very interesting. But he comes across and talks like he a thug dude. I just think that that's an interesting combination, right? He's a Detroit, Michigan bitch. He said, Detroit, Michigan up in this bitch. And he'll settle for a fat girl with good head. He likes a girl with fat ass with low self-esteem. And he's down to fight. He ready to fight for his woman. He looks like a scrapper. And I just feel bad for a lot of the other men in there, because a lot of the rest of the men don't look like they scrap. They really don't to me. Then we get Michael talking in the confessional. He says he wants a loving sweetheart, not a baddie. He wasn't on the confessional, that was on the couch. He doesn't want a baddie. He wants a sweetheart, someone with a good personality. John says he wants a Kardashian, someone who's Arabian, Persian, something that's not black. Okay. Brian is introduced and he's 31. He does not look 31. He looks like he's 22. 31 and a dancer. He says he used to be an F-boy. He says he's not trying to play with people's feelings and he loves God. The boy came on the show with a Bible. I think what's dope with Zeus is that they always know how to pick out personalities. It's very interesting. Then we get 29-year-old Camo, who is a former basketball entertainer. Or he is a basketball entertainer. He's 6'7" and been single for 5 years. 6'7" is a tall ass. That's a tall ass dude. Camo's kind of cute. Then we get Trap Yayo. Now I went to his OnlyFans to see what his OnlyFans is giving. He don't show no ass on his OnlyFans, and that's not for me. I don't do. A lot of women subscribe to OnlyFans. Like, I would really love to know that statistic, because who are you well, I guess people that just like to see DICK. I'm not a fan. I want to see the booty cake, even though he really ain't got a lot of booty cake back there, but I would like to see the booty cake. But he has an OnlyFans. It's very interesting. He doesn't show much. He says he got a big D. It's really not that big. He says he's a player, but he wants to change. He says sometimes he's a nice guy, but that's if he wants to be a nice guy. Okay, interesting. Right off the rip, the men are attractive. I think all of the men got some attractive qualities to them physically, right? It's just going to be interesting to see how the personalities mesh with each other moving on through episode to episode. The guys start to talk to each other. And right off the rip, you know, they're getting to know each other, what each other does or whatever the case may be. Yayo says, yeah, I'm a content creator, porn star, blah, 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 blah. And then right away, John is like, oh, you do porn. Well, it's not going to be good for you. Like, God is not going to care about you when you go to hell or go to heaven. And I'm going to use this to my advantage and let the women know that he does content creation and they're not going to like that. I'm like, okay, hater. Like, what is that all about? Very interesting. Then out of nowhere, he starts talking about that all registered nurses or nurses, period, are whores. And then I'm like, he's talking about the women, but then I'm like, so what does that make you? Are you not a whore because you're a man and you're a nurse? Very interesting. Is that true? Like, do all nurses sleep around? Is that because they get access to medication and they don't have to really pay for much or anything? Like, what is that about? I'm very curious. Like, can y'all let me know? Ray J comes out, and I know that the set designer and the people that helped build the set loves the Hallway of Hearts. They are getting their life about this Hallway of Hearts because every introduction is through this Hallway of Hearts. It's cute. It's nice. But you got to train these people how to walk through and, you know, give the little whatever in the slow motion. And, like, you know, they got to know what they're doing. Some of these people slow-mo walkthroughs is horrible. But Ray J comes through. He spent like 30 minutes walking through the hallway. And Thanos gets on the confessional and says that Ray J looks like he's on conk. And I'm like, what? He looks like it. He's acting like it. One of the two. And I thought that was really bold to say that about Ray J on a new show. You're season 1. Something else had to been said or something else that we didn't see had to happen, because that's like what? Ray J starts talking to the guys in his Ray J fashion, being a crazy son of a gun. And, you know, Ray J's like, yeah, we got to go to the boom boom room so we could talk some more. And John is like, is it going to be cold? And the boom boom room, this is why I think to myself, why did Thanos seem to want to all of a sudden say cold? That just comes out of nowhere, but then John mentions it later. So I'm like, maybe there was some conversation or something that was had that we weren't privy to. But John is asking, is there in the boom boom room? And then he's like, no, I'm not talking about drugs. You think I do drugs? I'm talking about like Coca-Cola. Like, no, nobody goes out of their way saying, is there Coca-Cola in a room, but then says Coke. Like, nobody's saying that. And then Trap made a point. He was like, why are we going to the boom boom room for just the men to chat? I wonder if the women are going to go to Ray J's boom boom room. I wonder. Then in straight guy fashion, Ray J says, let's stand up and do a height test. I'm like, really? They really about to stand up and do a height test? Obviously, Camo's the tallest. Then we got Michael. Then we got Thanos, who says he's 6. Trap says he's 6. And then John and Brian are the shortest. But all the guys are attractive, so it really is really not a big thing. But then the women come out. And in my mind, I'm like, they couldn't pick no better selection of women. Like, but it's interesting because some of the women, they look good in some shots, but they look crazy in other shots. Like for Nisa to have that soft ass voice, and she comes across like a luxury girl. That wig is fried in the front. I need her to fix that ASAP. I don't know why she allowed herself to be introduced that way, but even in her slow-mo cam, the wig was lifted and peeling. I was like, what is going on here? Gorgeous girl, a lot of grease and makeup on her face, big ass titties, but her wig was peeling. It was super weird and odd. I couldn't focus. Desiree is 25. She looked cute. Look like a little girl, like little cute. Not like little, like underage, but she very petite with the pixie cut. I thought she was naturally cute. I liked her, naturally pretty. Then we have Athena, 21 from Budapest, but lives in LA. She's been single for 5 months. She's a porn star, therapist. Interesting connection. But that works because Yo-Yo and Athena both are in the same industry. I think that's why Ray J paired him and her together. Then we get to the boom boom room, and Ray J are calling women God. And I'm like, where is he going through with this? And obviously he ends up saying that you need to put women on a pedestal, you need to treat them right. And I've learned my lesson since I've been young up to now. And John is like, women are not God. God is a man. You know, he feels some sort of way about it. But Ray J is a very interesting guy to have as the host of this show, because I feel like a lot of his improv is like, he's not going to no script. And that could be cool at one point, but it just seems so... It devalues the show if you're not professional and poised when you're presenting this piece of visual work, in my opinion. Then we get, like they said on the show, a snow bunny. And a lot of white people find that to be offensive. I find it to be offensive, but whatever. Chloe comes on, and now we into Love Island territory. I could see Chloe on Love Island. Period. She probably auditioned for it, didn't make the cut. But Chloe seems cool. She's 21, and she's from the pageant world. And then we get Kiera. Kiera had the weirdest look, bruh, in the slow-mo walkthrough in the hallway of hearts. I'm like, her eyes was like, with the hair. I love the hair. I hope the hair is natural. I hope it's not a wig or extensions or units. I love the hair, but she needs to work on her walkthrough or the hallway of hearts. Like, she needs to do better. Kira is 25. I just hated what she had on when she was sitting in her heart intro. That made no sense. It looked like it can't. Never mind. Sheila is 25, a private chef. I like Sheila. I think Sheila is the prettiest. Then Desiree. Then it goes Sheila, Desiree, Chloe, Nisa, Athena, and then Kiera. That's the prettiest to me. Sheila seems to be like the most mature one from everyone. Sheila and Camel seem to be the most mature, and Chloe. Yeah. Sheila says Desiree gives off bougie vibes. I can see that. All the women want a tall man except for Nisa. Nisa is cool with being with a shorty, but all the women want a tall man. And there's 4 tall men in there. I think 6 is tall. 6 and up is 4 of them. And then the rest are whatever. But Sheila's cool with what she ends up with ultimately. The girls meet Ray J. And it's just, did y'all notice how Nisa stretches all her words? She's like, yeah, so I am on Love Cabin. Like everywhere. Yeah, so I can deal with a shorty. Like, it's so crazy to me. It is so crazy to me. When the guys end up meeting the ladies, I feel like the introduction part is a bit like shameless, or shameful. I feel like production needed to do better with the intros. Production needed to do better with radio script. Production needed to, it just needed to flow more natural. I feel like they were probably outside for a very long time and they had to rehearse and do a lot of things over and over and over again. I could be wrong, but that's what I feel. It does feel natural in the dialogue, but it feels like the transitions they was out there for a long time. When you start hearing people talk about it's cold out there, they've been out there for a long time, right? The ladies meet the men, and Ray J does something different. This is the part of Love Cabin that I wish Love Island did, right? On Love Island, it's a big production. They're on these hearts. They have blindfolds. They're tied up. The men come out. They start kissing. Then they have to figure out which one they want and standing on hearts and shit like that all the time. Making out is a regular thing on Love Island. It's the way that it came across on Love Cabin that was a bit cringy. The men come out, the women are sitting there. They don't even introduce these women by name. You know what I'm saying? The women don't even get to say, hey, I'm Kiara. Hey, I'm Nisa. We don't get to even hear the women speak. The men don't even get to introduce themselves. Ray J is just yo, I want you to pick somebody and make out. Right away, he's like, we're going to make out. We're all going to hunch. And I'm like, okay, that's a bit cringe. Sheila's like, what? You want me to do what? But she does it because she's on the show, right? But I love the way that Ray J made this messy, okay? Ray J, John is immediately after Sheila. I got to look at my notes. John is immediately after Sheila. And it was interesting him trying to guess where she was from. Okay, Ray J says, I want y'all to pair up and make out right now. Ray J says, John, go kiss Sheila. And they kiss. John, the way John kissed, and it was Sheila was like, calm down, relax. This is a way to kiss, baby. I'm probably be the best kisser y'all have ever, I'm a great kisser. A great kisser. I kiss Brian. Brian was a good kisser, but Brian ended up, okay, we won't get there. They kiss. She tells him to slow down. They make it work. Camel gets paired up with Chloe. Camel didn't want Chloe, but they kiss. They make it work. Trap kisses Desiree. Reggie says, no, come back. He calls Michael to kiss Desiree. I'm like, what? That was rude. Because Desiree was looking at Trap. Even though Michael is sexy. Desiree was looking at Trap and wanted Trap. They kissed. It was a thing. Then Michael comes up. He got to be all Don Juan, take off his denim jean jacket, lifts the girl up and kiss, then gives the girl the jacket. He's with Desiree now. Trap feels some sort of way about it. Ray tells Trap to pick up Athena. I'm like, ooh, Athena looked like she heavy. But a lot of women are mad soft, like their weight just floats. It's so interesting, a woman's body, their weight just floats up in the air. They so soft. So him picking up Athena, I'm like, okay, that's nothing. Women are like pillows. They're real soft. And so he did that. Boom. They connected. Boom. Brian pulls out the Bible, gives his favorite verse, and kisses Nisa. But when Brian pulls back, his whole face is filled with makeup. For the men out there that love women, obviously Brian didn't have a problem with it, I guess, because that's just a thing that women do, and it's just, I guess, normalized now in today's society. But if I kiss somebody And my clothes is fucked up now. My face is fucked up. I got to get a washcloth every time I kiss you. That's crazy to me. I feel like I'm sucking up all of your makeup and swallowing and digesting that. Is that a hot thing? Like men like to walk away looking like a clown because they didn't kiss somebody and they had all this wipe away makeup? It was crazy to me. I thought that was wild. He looked a fool. Thanos gets Kiera, and then she was the last pick. Ray J pulls Athena and Nisa to re-pick their man. Athena goes back to Trap. She don't want nobody else. Kiera re-picks Thanos, and Nisa goes back to Brian. I thought it was interesting when Nisa picked Thanos. Thanos was happy that Nisa picked him, but then that left Athena with Brian. Athena didn't want Brian, so she ends up going back to Thanos. Thanos looks better than Brian, but Brian is cute, and Nisa has to go back to Brian. If I was Brian, I would hate that. It would suck. Ray J then tells Sheila to leave John. John is butthurt. John is like a little kid that you pulled the lollipop from, and he's mad about it. He's like, I need you to pick either Brian or me. And Sheila is like, wait, what? It's giving very creep. It's giving very cringe. You're the host. Why am I like, what is this? What's happening right now? But then, ultimately after 15 minutes, Rady's like, I'm just kidding. Go back to John. I'm glad he was kidding. Ray J then tells them that they have a chance of winning $100,000. I think that's great. I think Zeus giving away some money like that ups the ante. I think that's really, really dope. They get a bedroom that's built like Love Island, and then the ladies get a vanity room that's built like Love Island. I wonder what the shower bathroom look like, because on Love Island we get a shower bathroom. I know they can't really show nudity on Zeus, because I used to run my app company through the same Apple company that they run through, which is Vimeo. Vimeo don't like nudity on your thing, which is why you see them blur out a lot of their stuff. And or they probably got to pay these people more to show it, but we're not going to see anything like worth seeing on this because they can't do that on Vimeo. And so I thought that it was cute though, the dynamic of the small ass bedroom, everybody in the bedroom. I think that manages what the people are doing, and I like the fact that the ladies get a glam room. I think that's pretty interesting. Trap tells Sheila that they was talking before the women come in the room, and he's like, I think the consensus is you like older men. And Sheila's like, yeah, that's true, but what makes you say that? And then Trap was like, we could tell you give off this, not bougie, but bougie energy, and that, very mature or whatever. She's 25. I think her and Kiera are the oldest there. No, Brian's 31 and Camo's 29. Yikes. Actually, Trap is 28 and Michael is 27. Okay, so boom. Why did I say Sheila is 30? So I'm looking at the Zeus fandom fact page, and it says that Sheila is 30. But when she came on the thing, she said she was 25. That's interesting. So maybe they got it wrong on the fandom page. I don't know. What is Trap? Yo. What did he say is Trap? Okay, he did say he was 25. Camel said he was 29. Okay, well, hey, they're all not that young, I guess. They're older than the people that be on Love Island for the most part. Like, you will never see somebody 31 on Love Island. But, hey, it is what it is. The conversation leads to Trap saying that I like my women dumb, but you seem smart. He says that right when he's right next to Athena, and Athena gets out of the bed, and she like, wait, what you say? Like, nah, like, that's not funny. Trap was like, it was a joke, calm down. Nah, Trap is very interesting. I don't see Trap being in any kind of relationship. I see Sheila being relationship oriented, and maybe Nisa, but I don't see anybody else. Maybe Chloe. I don't see anybody else. But it's so interesting because Ray J tells these people that they could bone, they could do whatever they want in the room. Like, what? Like, I mean, they do that on Love Island, but we don't hear the host say. We don't hear Ariana comes out and say, oh, y'all, if y'all want to, suck on a little dick. We don't hear that, but on Zeus, we're going to hear that. I want to know what y'all think about this show. I'm going to cover this show. I think this show is interesting. I love the dynamic of Love Island being on Zeus. I love the fact that a black man and a black workers and a black and a black and a black is producing content that we can gravitate to in some way, shape, or form. Yeah, y'all might not like it. Yeah, we might see some fights later, but I'm glad that he's diversifying the portfolio on the platform. It's long overdue. I'm actually tired of baddies. I can care less about baddies, to be honest. Or I never watched a full season of Jocelyn's Cabaret. I just can't get through it. Now that's TV. I haven't even thought about watching that. But hey, these are companies that are making money because y'all pour into their pockets. So they're clearly doing something right. Hell, I wish I had the money. I wish I was on my app company. I wish I had fighting shows. Because even though I hear everybody say, oh, this is horrible, I don't like this. Okay, using black people, y'all still subscribe. Y'all promote the show. So it's like, I need to do fighting shows on my shit so y'all can watch me. Anyways, leave your comments below. What do you think about Love Cabin? Do you think it's a hit? Do you like it? Do you want them to do something completely different than Love Island? Do you think that they're just biting? Do you think that Love Island can sue them? Leave your comments below the videos. I'm curious to hear what you think. Share this video, like this video, and subscribe to AK Nation TV. We're going to cover the Baddies reunion, and we're going to cover Baddies USA. Because, baby, these women got a lot going on already. But let's get into it in the conversations below. Deuces.